Oh, welcome to Word Wednesday. Today's Word Wednesday is about the Dark Ages. Now, Dark Ages is described as a period of time when writing, architecture, trade, luxury goods, and fine art decline in quality or completely disappear. And it's true, humanity has had several Dark Ages. You would think that humans would just kind of get better over time, learning more and more and more and more, and that if we consider like our culture and our technology, that over time you would think it would look like this, of getting more advanced, that humans of today would have more technology than humans of several thousand years ago. And in some cases, we do. However, this chart is not really a good description of what has actually happened throughout history. Actual history has looked more like this. And we call these dips Dark Ages. There's times in human history when we develop new things and new cultures, and then for reasons that are either natural disasters, such as earthquakes, volcanoes, Pompeii being taken out was kind of a rush. The theoretical culture that is Atlantis described was we're actually finding evidence of a culture in northern Africa that pretty well fits, but is now buried under a desert. Natural disasters taking that out. The Greek culture had a pretty high run, and then they had the Greek Dark Ages, where everything stopped. They stopped having fine goods. And eventually they started learning again and doing it again. For humans to have high culture, we have to have all the basics cared for first. You have to have food, shelter, and safety. And most Dark Ages are when some of these things disappear, usually this one, because due to a lot of wars or other things. Trade, being able to have time to create, being able to, because if you're spending all your time trying to get all the food out of the ground because famines are cutting food production, you don't have time to create paintings. You don't have time to write books. So the Greeks had a high civilization in the Dark Ages. The Romans had a world empire, and then after the Roman Empire collapsed, we had a long period of time that most people reference as the Dark Ages. It's a period of time from when the Roman Empire collapsed to when modern day thinking happened. And the next time we're going to talk about that's the Renaissance or rebirth, and that's when art started becoming interesting again. And human society looks a lot like this. And yes, were there monasteries and little isolated places that still had levels of technology from ancient Rome? Yeah. But when most of society forgets those things, when most of society forgets how to read, when most of society forgets how to draw or forgets how to create, when they forget these four major things, writing, thinking, learning, and creating, we end up in a Dark Age. There are some people that think AI might create the next Dark Age for humanity. And the concept being, when we let AI do all of our thinking and we do none of it. And that's been a worry for a long time. I'm I don't really think that'll happen 100%. I think some things we'll forget. But if the internet ever goes down, we need to have hard copies of things, because if we lose AI or social media or the internet, we might have a new dark age. And that's kind of scary to think of all our advancement disappearing. But that's something to think about. What things can you do to preserve knowledge if there is ever a new dark age? Should there be? Will there be? Have we dark age proofed our? Can we dark age proof our society? What can we do to make our society dark age proof? I'd like you to write up an idea of what we can do to preserve our knowledge, our artwork, our ideas, our writing for the future. All right, turn that in. Have a good day.